Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Audible?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will continue what we were doing later. Before that, we will see some practice problems. Okay. I'll share my screen. Okay, is my screen visible? Is it? Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible or not?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Now, what is saying that a tetrahedron of 50 long edges is resting on one edge on HP, while one triangular face containing this edge is vertical and 45-degree inclined to VE. I'll show you the model also. Let me bring the model just a moment. Uh, this problem is not done yet, na? Or is it done?
Not done, sir.
Okay, just a moment. I'll just bring that thing. Just a moment. Is the video visible? I'll stop.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just take a snapshot of this question. I will stop sharing for a moment. You just take the snapshot of this problem statement. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, sorry. This is our which plane?
Vertical plane.
This is
HP,
this is
VP.
no
HP.
no. See, this is
Profile pen.
correct. Correct. That is called profile plane. And if you want to be more precise, then by putting after putting object, this is left side profile plane. We can have
Yes,
right side profile plane also here. Okay, but Mainly it is profile plane. So it can be asked that side view plane is also called options profile plane. Okay. So now what is the question? I will bring my question. Okay, a tetrahedron is this. Now, how many edges it is having? Tetrahedron is having how many edges?
3.
Are you sure?
Total 6.
Okay. See,
Sir,
yes,
sir, your voice is very low, sir.
3 edges.
can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So this is the tetrahedron. Now this tetrahedron is a special case of which solid?
Triangle. No, sir.
Precise. Today we are having exam of this.
Triangular pyramid.
Sorry, I could not hear.
Triangular pyramid.
Yes, triangular pyramid. It is a special case of triangular pyramid, wherein it's this all this slant edges. See what happens in triangle. I will just a moment. I will show you triangular pyramid also, and I will tell you the difference between them. Now we are having triangular. This is triangular pyramid. Okay, you can see it. And this is tetrahedron, back one. Now, what is the difference between these two is in this triangle, first of all, answer me. In triangular pyramid, this one, how many faces are there total?
4 faces.
4 faces. Now, when faces are of same size, it becomes tetrahedron. And if you are having tetrahedron upside and downside both side, then you can have octahedron as well. It's not like that. It's slightly different. We can have square base with triangular faces and same face on the bottom side also. So that square face gets eliminated and we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 8 on 5, 6, 7, 8 on bottom. So that is octahedron that we have seen earlier. So that is what is the difference between this triangular pyramid and tetrahedron is that all the triangular faces are of same size. One thing. Now, what is this called? What is this
Edge.
called?
Slant.
Which edge? This is called slant edge. Okay.
And
So here we are having these slant edges. Okay. These 3 slant edges. Fine. So what is it further saying? That or say long edges. These are called long edges also. So similar to analogous to this long edge, this is tetrahedron's long edge. Fine. The long edge is resting on one edge. Okay, these are the edge 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are the edges, 3 edges. On one of the edge, it is resting. Okay, it can rest like this also. It can rest like this also, and it can rest like this also. we are still having some flexibility. Slowly, we will constrain all these things. What is next is telling one triangular face containing this edge. Now just focus that we will be considering this edge with these stickers. So this edge, what is the triangular face containing this edge? Is this triangular face. This triangular face is vertical. So first of all, I will make it vertical. Now it is vertical. Is it vertical? Correct?
Yes, sir.
And 45-degree inclined to VP also. Now, currently it is how much degree inclined to VP currently?
0.
You calmly think and then answer, because whoever answered this know the actual answer, but you are just making too much जल्दबाजी मत करो. Calmly understand what is the current angle, this angle with this VP. What is this angle?
90 degrees.
90 degree. This is currently 90 degree perpendicular. This face is right now perpendicular to VP and HP both, this triangular face. Now, what is stated, this triangular face is making 45-degree angle with VP. So either this or this, whatever, we will make this 45-degree. Okay. So now ultimately your object is like this and you need to draw its projections. Got it? So it is resting on one edge also. The face containing that edge is perpendicular to HP also, and it is also inclined to 45-degree with VP. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we will see how to draw that. So my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first step, now you have already drawn its seats. So you tell me the first step. First step is horizontal line. Fine. Now,
Yes.
which view I should be drawing first?
Top view.
Top view. Why? Because in top view I will be seeing that true shape. Now this is tricky. Understand? This is tetrahedron. So in front view also you will be seeing triangle. But why you will proceed with top view? Because it is resting on HP. It is given that it is resting on HP in some condition. So initially we will assume that it is resting in HP on its base. So it is easier to draw that top view. Okay, now one more thing. Now you could have drawn this like this also, isn't it? You could have drawn these like these also, isn't it? And why you drawn like these only?
Reduce step.
To reduce the step. What step we will reduce by
45
doing so? Because it is later on said that a edge which is carrying one
45.
triangular face, that triangular face is perpendicular to this HP and that is making angle. So right now we are concentrating on rightly, from initially only we will concentrate on this. Just a moment. Hope that is visible again. So initially only we will directly draw this. Now how you will get this O? How you will get this O apex? It is like this. This is perpendicular bisectors. Understood? All pass through that point, so that you will get this apex. Okay.
Mm.
So next, what the next step is? Next step is to draw projections. So we will draw its projections. So these are the faces. Fine. Now this is the true length. Correct? This is the true slant or true length of a slant edge. Fine. It is called, this is 50. That's why this is how you will fix this O point in vertical direction. It is called, because see, these two are not showing us the true shape. Understand here carefully. This line is not showing us true length. Only this line is showing us a true length in front view. Understood? Why it is so? Because that line, if you consider a plane passing through that, that is perpendicular HP but parallel to VP. So if some plane is parallel to VP, we can see its true length, true shape, etc. in front view or say in VP. Correct? We have been discussing this. Correct or not? Whereas these both are already inclined to HP and VP. That's why we are not actually making, yes, indirectly it happened, but mainly our focus was this, to have this horizontal in top view, so that we will have its true length in front view. Understood? I asked you initially why we drawn it like this. This is the answer. It is not only this. Understood? It is this also. Clear or not, first of all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is how we got this point O after projection. Okay. What is the next step? We will see now. Now we will make this face. We'll make this face perpendicular to HP. Now it's perpendicular to HP, so visible in VP only. So we are just tilting it such that this greater become 90. That's it. And we are regenerating everything like this. And then we'll do our usual thing, draw its projection like this. Projections are done. Now what is called that this very face OBC, this face, sorry, this face is making, currently it became perpendicular to HP. That's why you are seeing in top view only single line, because this plane is now perpendicular to HP. Now this perpendicular to HP but 45 degree with VP also. So what we are doing? We are making a 45-degree line over here and we will regenerate this thing like this. Understood? And then a projection upward and projection rightward will give us the required object. Okay, now how this became dotted, that we also think. Okay, what is the farthest point here?
C1.
Actually, just a moment. Now I will explain it by this manner. See, it is Yes, actually there is one mistake over here. You just see it. If you see from here, that C point is you are seeing through solid. Okay. So this line will be dashed instead of this. So I will recorrect it. Let me do it this way. So now you know that this will be dotted. This will be like this. I will just get it confirmed, just a moment. A, B, and C. Then just a moment. A, B, and C. Yeah, what I told you that was correct. Okay, clear? Understood this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, at times, what can be given? Right now, what we are studying that every solid is resting on HP or VP, something like that. Okay. Now, in this case, what is happening that it is given that so solid is freely suspended. Freely suspended means what? It is hanging in air. It won't hang in air by its own, obviously with some arrangement, but it is hanging in air. So if something you hang it in air and you incline it at some angle or something like that, there is a chance that it can get tilted. Understand? Now, if some symmetric object is there and you are, I will again give you one demo. Just a moment. You just can you see my screen? Can you see my pen? Can you see my pen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, assume that currently, just a moment. Now, can you see it hanging?
Yes, sir.
It is parallel. Assume it parallel. Fine. Now, currently my thread or say where I tied it, it is not in center, isn't it? Correct or not? You can just let me stop this and also let me see. Okay, can you see it now? Whole pen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, my tying arrangement is not in center of the pen. Correct? Now I will make it in center. Okay, now it is center in the length. Correct? Now it is in center.
Yes.
Now I will let it freely hang. See what happened? What happened? It got
Yes,
inclined
sir.
by its own. Why it got inclined? Because in this side weight is more. Because we are having cap also, that's why this weight is more. So CG is such that it is taking it down. Understood? If I remove this cap, now see, it is more or less, you can assume that it is horizontal, isn't it? Correct? First of all, understood this much?
Yes.
Yes,
Importance
sir.
of CG. Okay. Now why I am explaining you this? Because we are mainly having two types of objects, solids. Which are they? First one is that regular prism and cylinder, which are having two faces parallel to each other. Understood? And the other segment is cone and pyramid, which are having apex on its own. Apex at its one face and the regular face is other hand. So that thing will come into the picture. So in this case, if you hang it freely, now along the line, its more mass is concentrated over bottom half. Understood? So if you try to hang it freely, this bottom bulky part will drive its orientation. That will decide its orientation. Whereas if we were having some cylinder only, horizontal cylinder, and we'll tie it from center, it will remain as it is because its CG is at CG with respect to CG, its whole solid is symmetric. Whereas with respect to CG, this kind of cone or pyramid are not symmetric. Are you getting me? That is what I, and that is our common experience also. There is nothing to get doubt about it. Clear? I will get back to our slide and we will discuss, we will see what we have discussed. So what I was discussing here, that this group of solids which are cylinders and prisms are symmetric with respect to their CG. See, it is at the half, CG is at the center of the height. Understand? Whereas this group, that is cone and pyramids, CG is not at the center of the height. Geometric center, it is not at geometric center. So this can be asked, whose CG is we are having at geometric center. The geometric center, its CG is for cylinder as well as this prism. And these are having more bulk of weight in bottom part. That's why it is at h by 4. Okay, you need to remember this.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, is it similar to center of mass?
sorry,
Is it similar to center of mass?
I could not hear you. It is similar to,
Center of mass.
that is center of gravity. This is called center of gravity. That depends on mass only. This is similar to seesaw, what you used to play, seesaw. Understand? It is like this. If two, here also one person with 100 kg and here also with one person with 100 kg, it will be symmetric as it is because the CG will be here at center of gravity. Understand? But if
Yes, sir.
this person is having 80 kg and this person has 100 kg, then CG will be here. So this will likely to get tilted this way. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So it is like that. Now, just a moment. Now, what is the problem? First of all, that a pentagonal pyramid of 30 mm base side and 60 mm long axis. We are having pyramid is freely suspended from one corner of the base so that a plane containing its axis remain parallel to VP. Draw its three views. So first of all, a pentagon is drawn, and you know how to get the center of pentagon or say apex. Fine. Then its projections are drawn. Height is given, axis height. So it is 60 mm, that is axis height. Okay. You don't take the slant edge height, and you don't mix up the slant edge height and axis height. Okay. Then it's G. G is taken at where it is taken for pyramid. Is seen it in previous slide.
By 4. H by
Where?
4.
Ah, okay, so CG. Now, why this is important? Because you read this. When a solid is freely suspended from a corner, then line joining point of contact and CG remains vertical. Understand? So, even if you experience by it yourself, what does it see that it is being lifted from here with the help of some thread, fine, on this point, and what will happen, this line will remain vertical, this line will tend to get vertical. Understand? We have to lift it such that it is just contacting this point. It will be much clear after seeing this problem. Okay, so this is h by 4 and this is total h, that is axis. Okay, now they are taking this corner, D corner. I explained you by A corner. Okay, that is they are taking this D corner. What happens now? That line D dash G remains vertical. Whenever it is lifted by that corner, line joining that CG line will remain vertical. So what will happen? How you will regenerate this second step? What is called here that it is suspended from a corner. Okay, it was my mistake. I was assuming that it is pointed on a corner. No, it is picked up from this corner and with help of thread. So what will happen, that line joining this corner which is tied to the thread and the CG, that will remain vertical. So automatically you can regenerate the whole problem. Everything will remain as it is. First of all, you draw one vertical line same as this line, same in length. Then you regenerate everything around it. You know this distance, you know this G, you know DO distance, so we'll mark that. You know GO distance, so you will mark that. So intersection point will fetch you O. Similarly, you can find A, B, C, etc. Fine, that we have been doing earlier. So it will be like this. Understand? Now it is, that's why CG is important, because we need to find this G for this asymmetric problem. Now next, now what is projection is brought downward and rightward, so we get all the points like this, clear? And here we know that these two slant edges joining this apex and this AB are, we are seeing those lines through solid. Point we can see directly, that is fine, but we are having solid, so we are having this edge. If this was cone, then we wouldn't have drawn this dotted, because generator is imaginary, but this line, slant line, these lines are actual line physically existing. Understand? It is like that. Okay. Oh, now what is next? uh, okay, now this is interesting. This is, sorry. Now what is called is that the plane containing its axis remain parallel to VP. Okay, draw its three views actually. Three views, side view is to be required. So first of all, axis remains parallel to VP or not in this. Axis is parallel to VP in this and perpendicular to HP in first position,
Yeah.
this position. Then it just got tilted. So axis now at some angle with HP, but it is still parallel to VP. Understood? So this is the final answer actually, the front view and top view. So it is told that draw its three views. So now we are drawing similar to orthographic. We drawn one line at 45 degree and we mark this projection. So this is the side view actually. Understood? This is side
Yes.
view. Understood? So we have
Yes.
completed these three views. This problem is much simpler. Okay?
सर
Yes.
सर ये वाला सर समझाओगे सर? आपने यहाँ पे कुछ समझाया था, वो समझ में नहीं आया।
ये पढ़ो, पहले ये लाउडली पढ़ो, सबको सुनाई दे वैसे।
When a solid is freely suspended from a corner, then a line joining point of contact and CG remains vertical.
Hmm.
Here the axis so
Bas
inclination with
wo रहने
HP.
दो.
So
Important is this much. Now I will just demonstrate it for you. Now can you see this? So where its CG would be somewhere here inside the solid.
yes,
So if I lift up like this, then see what is happening. See what is happening. If I am lifting up with my corner, then that lifting point, line joining that lifting point and CG is somewhere here, that remains vertical. That is the inherent property of CG. CG will get this property automatically, that if you lift up from any angle, wherever, so line joining that point and CG will be vertical. Now if you lift up from here, see, now I have lift up from here. So line joining that lifting point and CG, it is still vertical, isn't it? And I am not holding it strongly. I am just lifting it, so it can hang freely. Are you getting me? Now I will pick up from here in vertical. See, automatically it becomes like that. That is the property of a. Just a moment. That is the property of a solid. Understood? You can do that with any available some object in your home, wherever. Asymmetric object it should be having. It should not be central. CG should not be at center, but at some different point. Then you assume like this. You tie a rope here and you just lift it up. So currently that lifting point and line joining the CG, that is vertical, yes or no? Yes or no? Can you hear me or not?
yes sir.
Then answer me. I am asking 3-4
सर
times.
आपकी आवाज कट रही,
तुम्हारी
इसके
आवाज तो आ रही है ना? Understood? So
Yes, sir.
now I will pick up from here, this point. Just pick it up from this point. See, I am just picking it up. I am not holding it. See again. It automatically takes that shape.
Yes, sir. Now got it, sir.
Now it is the property of a solid, or rather property of a CG, center of gravity. Okay, so this is how we got all these three views. Okay, just a moment. I will just stop sharing for a minute. I'll just see. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now read the problem. Cube of 50 long is so placed on HP. I'll bring cube also, so it will be more. You meanwhile, you everyone read that problem statement and try to understand. And one more thing, what you do, you all are having eraser with you. I hope. Okay. So you assume that eraser as a cube and try to orient it as given in this problem. Try to do that. Have you tried?
Yes.
Can you see this cube?
Yes.
Can you see this cube now? Right now, see one more thing I want to discuss. Everyone pay attention, everyone. In isometric projection and orthographic projection, we assumed that observer is at infinite length and line of sight is parallel. Okay, this is why we assume that. See, if I am seeing from this 15 centimeter distance, see how you are seeing that cube, how you are seeing it. You are seeing it kind of inclined. Understood? Now same thing, I increase the distance. Now see, angle of inclination decreased or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's why in that theory of projection, it is assumed that lines are parallel. Line of sight is parallel and an observer is at infinite place. Okay, so this is the 50 mm cube. Now it is placed so that on HP on one of the corner, so that a body diagonal through his corner is perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP. Now this is one corner, okay, and this is opposite and upper. This is down, lower, so upper and opposite. This brought us, this bring us body diagonal. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what is tell that? What is told that it should be parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Now see, for right now it is inclined to both.
Yes.
Right now it is inclined to both like this. Correct. Now if I turn it like this, so now it is
Parallel to VP and
very
perpendicular
good.
to
Parallel to VP and incline at some angle to HP. Okay. So what is next I will do? I will do it like this. So now it is parallel to, still parallel to VP but perpendicular to HP. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this projection we need to draw. Okay. And it is told that three views are required to be drawn. Three views only. So it is not making any. This is simpler problem. So directly three views are given. Okay. Now let us. Okay. I will share it. It's visible. Okay. So this is first XY line. Okay. And we'll draw the cube. Why we drawn this way? Two reasons. First, that if the body diagonal we assume that it is top this corner and bottom this corner, then this is already parallel to VP, and we need to raise that on an on corner. That's why this corner will be visible in front view. That's why we have put this corner such a way that it will come here, and then if this corner is here, it will come somewhere here, and then we can tilt this item. Understand? On this corner. So it is serving double purpose. Okay. So this projections, understand? Now body diagonal, this is the body diagonal, A dash, 1 dash. So this top point and this bottom point, as I told you. Now it is inclined at some angle currently. So we will make it vertical like this. And then we regenerate the whole problem around that vertical line. And then we draw projections from this side, from left to right and top to bottom. Okay, so now we are having the, now when you see this from the top, which point you will see first?
A dash.
A dash. And that A dash and 1 dash is a single line, straight line, vertical line.
Yes.
So when you see from top, it will look like a point, isn't it? Correct or
yes.
not? So that point A is also directly bottom of this, directly under this. So that those lines which are joining A, this one this one, and one line over this side. Understand? Bottom of these, and this vertical. These three lines will be hidden lines. That's why we have drawn it like this. Understood? Understood? You need to use some of the imaginations, and you have tools available with you. Always use erasers, etc. Fine. And you can also use this thing that you can take a big eraser, new eraser with you just for this purpose, to help you understand this. And you can actually take two these erasers. I used to do that you can take two erasers with you, new one, and you can cut one of the eraser in terms of cube. Also you can take also cutter with you. Understand? No one will say you know. Understand? It is simpler thing. Then if it is given in paper that cube is there, so you want to use that cube for your understanding purpose, you can use that eraser. Understand? If rectangle prism is given, so your new eraser is already rectangle prism. Likewise, it can help you certain way. Understand? Now is a point is at top, so all the line joining a will become solid. Then you can also, this is slant way. If you see from this way, this is also visible, this is also visible. This line and exactly line behind is top. So this is also visible and this is also visible. Similarly, these are also visible. This line and the line behind this. This line is also visible, this line is also visible. So only non-visible line is joining the point A. How many lines are joining point A? That you can see from this pair. This is one line, and if this is at bottom, so you will be having one line over here and one line over there. So bottom of these two lines and this standing line, these three lines are non-visible or say hidden. Okay, now we need to draw side view. How you draw the side view? It is simple. You use the projection method, correct? Like this. You are doing this thing in orthographic projection, correct or not? That will be your side view. Correct? So from where this side view is being seen, someone draw the arrow. Someone draw arrow on my screen. No, I am not talking about this object. In step 2, in this step, see, if I see from top, I will get this. So where I will see this object, from where I will see that I will get this object. That is I'm asking.
Left to right.
But why are you marking it here? It is wrong. You can't mark it here. Now that answer will be given by this. This is which projection method? This is which projection method?
First angle.
First angle, correct? Because front view is over xy line, top view is below xy line. So this is first angle. So now this is our current object, and now we are drawing its side view at right hand side. So if we are seeing from left, then only we can draw on right hand side. So we have to see it from this for deciding which line will be dotted line or say dashed line. That's why I am discussing this thing. So C will be the point which you are seeing through solid, and again it will be having three edges: one this, and one this. So these three will be dotted or dashed. Now, if it is told to you that draw the right hand side view, instead of these three views only, it is told that also draw its front view, top view and right hand side view, then what you would have done? Answer me. Then what you would have done? Think of it. Currently, which view is this? Tell me that first. Currently, this is which side view?
Left side.
Left hand side view. And what I am asking you? I am asking right hand side view. So where it will come? It will come on this side or not?
Yes, sir.
Because this is first angle projection method, so it will come this side. So after completely reading the problem, you need to decide the space. Understand? So you need to give 1 minute or 2 minutes every time to each problem after reading it and allocating the space accordingly. So in that case, you would have drawn whole this thing slightly here. That is one option. And then you could have drawn left hand side view here. And then if you, now I am just giving you one idea that if you forgot to do that and now you are not having space here, so what you will do? Don't rub anything, don't rub. You directly take projections from here. In such cases, it is better to draw something than rubbing everything. So draw projection this way, like this, and carry forward projections from here to upward and draw it somewhere here. Got it? Then you can just clearly mention it: final left and right hand side view, final front view, top view, likewise. So in exam, if some mistake happens, something like this happens, don't start rubbing everything. Think of immediate solution. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Chalo, next. Okay, let us read the problem first. A right circular cone. Why the right circular cone word is being used? Because its front view will be like this. And what other word can be used here instead of this right circular cone?
A circular cone.
No, oblique cone. This is called right circular because it is having axis perpendicular to HP. Then we can have oblique cone also. We have discussed it like this, that it's so axis is inclined at some angle. Got it? This is simpler one, regular one, of this much base and this much long axis. Okay, and resting on HP on one of the point. So see, in cone you want to rest it on one of the point. It is very easier. You just tilt it. It will automatically come on single point because it is circular shape. So if you just tilt it, it will be the point of contact will be only one point. Fine. On one of the point circle such that its axis make 45 degree with HP. So this axis will make 45 degree with HP and 40 degree inclination with VP. Now carefully understand this. Here both the inclinations 40 degree as well as 45 degree, both the inclination is made by axis, that is the true length, true dimension is making some angle. It is not like that you draw it the plan view and then you make it 40 degree with plan. You won't do this in this case. If it was given some other diameter, some other description is given such that it is directly happening, that is other case. But here it is given that axis is making 45 degree with this and axis is making 40 with VP. So both times axis is making the angle. Clear? Let us see it further. It will be much clear. So first, what is the first step? You draw the top view and you generate the cone. Understand? Then you tilt it such that axis is making 45-degree with HP. So this is how you can tilt it, correct? And then projections. So here you are seeing from here, and the farthest most point is E. Moreover, this is circle. You are seeing from top. So only you can see half circle up to this. Whatever the point coming below these are not visible. Understand or not? If you see this circle from here, you can see this much point only. The bottom points you can't see. So here these 3 points are not visible. So line joining those 3 points will be dashed line. We will see it now. Point E. Point E, we are having this one and this one. Then point D. So we are having this one, and point F. So we are having this one. So 4 segment, 1, 2, 3, 4 are coming dashed line. See, this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it? How you should provide dotted line, dashed line, etc. Hidden lines. Okay. Let us see next. Now, see what is happening. This is axis true length. That is making 40 angle. So we generated that thing. This is axis true length. Okay. Now we have the top view length here of the axis. This one O1. This is top view length of axis. Correct or not? This length is top view length of axis. Correct or not? So we need to make angle with respect to true length. It is given in that way only, but we don't have dimension that, because now we have changed the orientation already. So we need to use this orientation only, and we know how to use that through the concept what we learned in projection of line, that if you rotate one line keeping one point fixed, then the other point will travel in the straight line only. Correct or not? Correct or not? So that now we will measure this much distance given in this much distance we will measure, and we will from this point we will mark it over here. Got it? So now this is axis top view length. This is axis top view length, means this. Okay. Understood? Then we regenerate everything. Take projections and draw it like this. Complete the drawing. Correct or not? Yes or no? Understood? Everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Not that answer me. We seen in earlier cases that directly, see here also it is written that directly top view inclination was given. Understand, the top view is making this angle, that angle directly. So we were regenerating a particular angle, but this time it is given that the actual true length is making some angle. That's why we have to perform this exercise. Okay. Okay, these we won't require right now. Let me change this. Let us see this problem. Now, what it is saying, a first term of regular hexagonal pyramid is standing on its larger base. Because now when object or say solid become first term, it is having two bases, one bigger one smaller one. That's why you need to specify. If nothing is specified, then you can write that thing in your sheet examination paper that it is assumed that it is resting on its larger base. Okay. On HP with one base side, now I will keep drawing here also hexagonal. So okay, this is hexagon. One base side. How many sides are there? First of all, 6 sides. So any one base side perpendicular to VP. Fine. Draw its front view and top view. So you are directly given one position. In that way, you need to draw front view and top view. That's it. That's it for here. Now, what is next? Projects its auxiliary top view on an auxiliary inclined plane parallel to one of the slant edge showing true length. Okay, now this is interesting and that we will see. We have already seen in that sectional projection of sectional solid that we are having two type of auxiliary plane. Which are they?
AVP and AIP.
No, AVP and AIP. So AIP is this. AIP is inclined to which plane?
HP.
HP, and AVP is inclined to VP plane.
Vertical.
So it is given that AIP is to be used. So that plane will be something like this or this or this, something like this, because this is XY line. Understand? It will be something like this. So now we will see how to draw that. So first of all, XY line. Now you generate the, actually there is some mistake. Okay, I will correct it later on. You just right now understand this is not hexagonal, it is pentagonal. Okay. Okay. So it is first term of a pyramid. So it will be having two bases and both are visible. If I have discussed that problem also, if the first term was inverted, what do I mean by inverted? That a larger portion, currently this first term is something like this, grossly. If this first term was like this, then this whole with all these edges would have been
Dotted.
dashed. Correct? It would have been dashed. Okay, let us see next. Draw the projections. Understand? Now see again, you need to draw axis. You have, it is nice habit to every time carry forward axis also. So for that you require its apex, imaginary apex in this case. So see how you are getting, first of all, one line and another line. I have shown you previously in sheet also that it joins in apex only. Okay, why it is done? Because height is to be taken. Na? Height is calculated with respect to axis generally. Top side is 30 mm, height of the first 50 mm is the height of the first term. So now this is the first term. Correct? Okay. So this is front view and top view is done. first portion is done. Now what it is called? That project is auxiliary top view. Top view is here on AIP parallel to one of the slant edges showing true length. So which is showing true length? Which slant edge is showing true length in this problem? Think carefully and answer me. First of all, everyone pay attention here, everyone. Now answer me, how many slant edges we are having in this problem?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now it is telling that true length, slant edge showing true length. Now we need to have plane parallel to that plane. Understand? So first of all, we need to identify which plane it is, or which slant edge is that. So out of these 5, which about which we are talking, about which edge we are. You can speak number.
A1.
Sorry,
A1.
A1. Why? Why A1? We have discussed it in previous to previous problem, isn't it? Because this is parallel to
HP. VP.
VP, not HP. It is inclined to HP at some angle.
Yes.
It is parallel to VP. Now it is parallel to VP, so its front view or say its view in VP will be its true length. So this is the only available choice with us out of these 5. Got it? Understood or not?
Yes.
Okay, so let us see. So this is it. So what we did, we drawn one line parallel to this slant line as it is told to draw. This is the line we selected and we drawn one line parallel to it because that is how we draw the auxiliary plane. It is told to you. So this is it, auxiliary inclined plane parallel to slant edge. Now we draw all the projections from all the points through these such that all the projections are perpendicular to these. That is what we have done in sectional view also. Correct? This is how auxiliary plane is used. Auxiliary plane is used in such a way that all the projections are later on perpendicular to that line. Then how we draw that? How we draw these views, these points? Answer me. How we can have these points, 10 points?
XY to 1.
Very good. So what we are focusing on? Auxiliary, which view? Auxiliary top view. Correct? We are focusing on auxiliary top view. So what we will do? We will measure its distance in top view from XY line. And we will replicate that distance on the respective projection from X1, Y1 line. So first of all, 1 is here. So we will measure this much distance and the same distance will be this distance. So these and these will be same. Clear to everyone? Clear or not?
Yes.
Similarly, this vertical distance up to this and 4 number is here. So these two are same. Correct? This is how we can generate all the points, isn't it? Are you getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can be asked this way also that orientation is given for your problem, and then rather than giving inclination, what they may give, the auxiliary inclined plane is there at some inclination with HP, draw its projection. So you have to follow this procedure. If it is with HP, then you have to measure this distance, and if it is with VP, then you have to measure this distance here, this plane. It will be inverted. Understood or not? Is there any doubt, question you want to ask in this? You may ask. So this is how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and A, B, C, D, E. Then we'll join it. Understand? And still this is the top view only. Fine. So if we see it from this side, because we are seeing it from this side actually. This is the sighting. See, arrow is given here because that line is parallel to this slantage. This plane is parallel to this slantage. So we are seeing it from here, and these are the farthest points, CD point. That's why all the line joining this CD is dotted. But this is the top view. You will be seeing it like this. You don't confuse yourself by assuming this side view. Okay, this is not side view. This is top view only. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This is auxiliary top view. Okay. So if you want to ask any question, any doubt in this problem, you may ask. Whatever discussed, you can ask. If you want to discuss anything, if you want to ask anything, you can ask. Any question to anyone?
सर
Yes.
सर मैंने जो आपने असाइनमेंट दिया है गूगल क्लासरूम में।
कौन बोल रहा है?
हेलो सर, शिवम।
बोलो।
सर मैं कह रहा था सर, आपने जो गूगल क्लासरूम में असाइनमेंट्स दिए थे मैंने अभी सबमिट नहीं किए हैं। तो मैंने कंप्लीट कर लिया है सब, तो सर मैं कर सकता हूँ क्या अभी सबमिट?
हाँ, उसमें पूछने का तो होता ही नहीं है, कभी भी कंप्लीट हो जाए, यू शुड डू, बट देन आई विल ट्रीट इट एज लेट सबमिशन, दैट इज डिफरेंट थिंग. But if you don't submit at all, you will definitely get 0.
ओके सर।
If you submit, you will definitely get something. Clear? And regarding today's exam, see, I will share the screen, share the link before 4:45, 1 or 2 minutes before. When you join, try to pace your exam such that you complete it by 4:45, and don't wait for 4:45. Your system clock, my internet system clock, and there can be some difference. So it should not harm your chances of submission. Okay? Just a moment. I'll just now, Pratik, you have not appeared in that exam. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So
Sir,
you
मैंने
better
note किया था
work
पर
hard
मैं
in this
application-
exam. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And you are also, I think, yet to submit some assignment.
Yes, sir.
Then complete it.
They're completing the assignments.
Okay. See, anyone wants to ask anything, any question? So ask. We'll end this session now. We won't start something new. We don't have
Sir,
much time. Yes.
sir, is it compulsory to submit or it will be automatically?
What?
Test, sir.
You should submit it.
ऑटोमेटिक हो जाएगा?
No, you should submit it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you should submit it. You must submit it. It won't be automatic. Okay. Any question?
Okay, sir.
Anything you want to ask? Okay. Thank you. We'll end this session.